This is the Arturia MicroFreak. And combining this with the Chase Bliss Mood MkII pedal, in my humble opinion, is like ambient heaven. So this is the Chase Bliss Mood MkII pedal. And I've won this pedal at the Bliss Fest in Amsterdam a couple of months ago. If you haven't seen the video, I will put down a link below. And I must say, I absolutely love this pedal, especially when I combine it with my MicroFreak, because the MicroFreak I think is a great synthesizer, but it's lacking some like reverbish and playing around effects. And well, marrying these two together, well, for me, like I said, it's like ambient background sonic heaven, because what I love to do is just take a synthesizer, create some nice background, mood, ambient, moving, arpeggiated part, and then play around with it with like my acoustic piano, but just having like this synthesizer bass. I just really love using that. And well, this is for me filling in what I missed with the MicroFreak on its own, and just combining these two, yeah, like I said, it's like heaven. And before we're going to dive into the pedal and how it works, I want to read you something which is like page 1 of the user manual. And it says, and I quote, "Mood was designed for messing around. You don't have to understand it, and it might be better if you don't. Turn it on and be surprised. Find some new sounds." And I must be honest, I'm like a little bit of a technical guy. I want to know how things work and what I can expect if I do certain things, so I can work really fast and get to the thing that I need. But when I start playing around with this pedal, I tried to understand it completely, but I couldn't. And maybe yes, maybe it's just better if you don't. So it's the first time that I agree with the manual stating it's better if you don't completely understand this pedal, because just messing around with it, it just gives you great sounds and things you might not have been intending to do, but maybe even better. And that is something that I found out that I really like. So let's dive into the pedal for how far I understand it at this moment. I'm gonna be honest, because every time I use it, I find out new things, and it does things that I'm like, well, didn't expect that, but I like it. This pedal is basically two different sides. Let's start with the thing that at first I found a little bit complicated, but actually it's really easy. It's the right side of the pedal, and this is a MicroLooper. And what it does, it is constantly listening to what you are putting into it, and then when you push the button, it randomly takes a snippet of what you are playing, and then you can mess around with it with playing the knobs. And then you have like 3 modes: the stretch mode, the tape mode, and the envelope mode, all doing different kinds of stuff. And then we have the left side, and this may be the most easy part to understand, because you have like your reverb, which I really love. Then you have a delay, and then you have the slip delay, which is like more randomly glitchy. And then with the controls over here, you can control them, what you want to do with them. So let's take a listen. And then we have the middle section with like your mix button, so you can mix between your clean and your wet signal. And you have the clock, which you can set the clock and the quality of like your sampler, and you can speed things up and slow it down and play with it, and it's just really nice. And then we have like the little middle switch. If it's on like the middle positions, both your MicroLooper and your clean signal are being fed to the reverb, or you can choose like only the input channel to your reverb or only the MicroLooper section to the pedal. And these are the first basic controls you need to understand, and if you can understand these, you can have fun for hours. But then we've got a little backside with like all the nice dip switches, which I'm currently playing around with. And one thing first, they put on like a classic mode because they improved some things in with like the new pedal. But if you are like, well, these little artifacts or glitchy things or unexpected things from like the first, the Mark 1, I like, you can switch it back to like the Mark 1. I think that's great. I haven't done anything with it yet, but I think reading the manual about it gives you a lot of nice new options, which I have to dig in soon. And then for me, like the most important two dip switches are the MISO and the spread, and especially the MISO because the MicroFreak is like a mono synthesizer, and when you turn it to the MISO, your pedal does like more stereo stuff and creates stuff with your signal to make like a more stereo sound, which is really nice. And then we have the spread button, which also plays around with like the stereo image of your effect. And then we have like the white dip switches. And I must be honest, I haven't been really into like this part of the rabbit hole that this pedal can be. Because with these you can select between ramping, so then as soon as you push a button, it becomes like a one-time falling or rising effect to the setting you have with like your knob, or it can be locked to like an internal LFO with like different wave shapes, so you can keep evolving with your sounds and with the knobs. And I think this can be really interesting, but I haven't played around really with it yet, and I have to figure it out how it really works. And then two other features that I really like, especially for people who are maybe like from the synth world, you can have CV controls and you can have like expression pedal, and then on the other side you have the external and especially the MIDI in. And I like the MIDI in because now I can route my MIDI clock out from my MicroFreak into this pedal, and then when I change like the tempo of the song, everything keeps in sync, something I really love that it's possible. And then if that wasn't enough, you also have like the secret layer of controls. When you push the two buttons at the same time, all the buttons have like a different function which you can control and can give you interesting like selecting different wave shapes for like the internal LFO ramping setup. And then important to know, if you have set up stuff and you don't know what you did anymore, take this little lever, push it to the left 3 times and then push the buttons, and then it resets all the hidden features so you can get back again playing. So all in all, I really love this pedal, and I probably haven't figured out half of it, but yeah, I just really love playing around it and creating songs with it. So if you are in like electronic music, ambient stuff, evolving stuff, soundscapey stuff, yeah, get one and love it. And I must be honest, I also still want to try the onward pedal by Chase Bliss. So Chase Bliss, if you are watching this and want to send me the onward, feel free, I would really love it. And else I have to save up for that. And talking about that, this video has not been sponsored by anybody. So if you like this video, please at least give it a thumbs up below. And if you really love it and want to help me create more videos and get more gear to review, please give me a super thanks, because well, every little piece of money will help me. You can become a member of my channel. That would really help me grow my channel. Or just click subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. You can also click here to subscribe and here for videos that I made in the past on which YouTube think that you might also like them. And if you have any questions about this pedal, leave a comment down below and then I will come back on that later. See you soon. Bye bye.